Alright guys, so here I am back to help keep you updated if you've missed the workshop. So we've got a lot of information that's coming out. Just so you know, what you're getting sent, the links you're getting sent are videos from last year, so you're not getting what's happening right now. So that means that, of course, year over year we're going to add more information, we're going to share more, it's going to become a bigger deal. So I want to update you. One of the things that we talked about this time, this year in our Foundations 2 workshop, is we went through some specifics as far as foods that you should be looking at eating and what a meal looks like. So consider that a meal in general is going to be you kind of basing it around a meat of some sort, a clean meat, grass-fed beef, organic, of course, we want to go with all meats. We go organic with meat before vegetables, before fruits. And then we use EWG.org. We use their Dirty Dozen list to figure out where we should go with fruits and vegetables as far as organic goes. So that way you're not just buying everything organic and you're not buying nothing organic, but you're buying what really needs to be organic first. So meat first. Then you want to add a low glycemic vegetable, of course. We know we're not eating high glycemic foods, so greens would make sense. A salad is best. So when vegetables are considered, we want to go with raw as our primary goal, slightly cooked secondary, and then heavily cooked kind of less often, and just make sure that that's not the way that you're doing things all the time. From there, we can flavor it with the fruit. So if you want to add the berries, in and around a meal time, then that fruit works. I usually think that it's best for dinner, that's the last thing that you do, because you'll tend to have a craving at night, so it's good to keep that sweet there. And then we said, well, what else can we do to kind of help satisfy our craving? So one thing that we said we could do is we can dress those berries up. We can use heavy whipping cream, and that's fine. Make whipped cream. Just don't add any sugar, of course. But you can sweeten it with stevia or add a little vanilla, some xylitol, and that's a great thing to add to your berries, or all by itself. That with almond butter with some unsweetened coconut shavings or flakes added to it. You could put in some cacao. There we go, boy. If you want to get that little chocolatey flavor added to this, and then the whipped cream over top of it. You'll find that the whipped cream really does a lot to dress up some of those things. We also talked about making ice cream. So if you have an ice cream maker at home, use it. Go out and buy some organic milk. Better if you bought raw organic milk. That, of course, requires that you go to specialty farm. And then it's cream, half and half. You have these things that you get added together, all the same ingredients that you would just make normal ice cream, except use xylitol or stevia. Xylitol 1-for-1 with the sugar that you might look at in a recipe for ice cream. Though I recommend, because xylitol doesn't dissolve very easily, I recommend that you put it on the stove in some milk first, a little bit of milk on the stove, and mix it in, kind of stir it down and make sure it gets syrupy and dissolves completely. And then put all those ingredients, including if you want, chop up some strawberries, some raspberries, blueberries, whatever. Put those ingredients in your ice cream maker, and away you go. Now you've got ice cream that's completely approved for the straight 60. So that's a good thing to focus on. In addition, we talked about taking any cookie recipe and altering almond flour for regular flour, or coconut flour for regular flour, or a mix of almond, flax, and coconut for regular flour. So that way you're just changing that. Other than that, you got to change the sugar, of course. And what do? We go ahead and we put xylitol 1-for-1 or stevia to taste. Always got to taste the batter if you're using stevia. Just slowly make sure you're getting it where you want it to be. You can use unsweetened cacao chips, so completely 100% unsweetened little cocoa nibs or chips. You can use those guys. Carob, I wouldn't recommend using carob on a regular basis, but I would say that you can use it on occasion. And the reason why is because carob has that root kind of texture, so there are some high glycemic levels to carob, C-A-R-O-B, if you don't know what a carob chip is. So all of those are great ideas to help keep you in this place where you're enjoying your food and not just getting sick of what you're eating. So for right now, that's all I want to give you. I want to make sure you have that information. Go to it. Go crazy. Good job. My commitments are greater than my feelings in this moment.